Hi class, this is Mrs. Inman with your weekly video message. Today is Thursday, September 12th, and it's English Day at GCA, so you're allowed to get K-mails from your English teachers, and teachers are allowed to put in zeros on those days, and it's also the day that we meet for live class. And there was class this morning at 10 o'clock. It should have showed up on your Class Connect calendar. You should be able to click on that link later today and it turns into a recorded session for you. You didn't really miss much today. It was kind of a getting to know you session, and Mrs. McCardle is the other teacher who teaches this section, and she really is running those sessions right now. She was having a lot of internet problems this morning, so I kind of had to take over, but you didn't miss much. But if you want to learn a little bit about your classmates and just kind of see what we did, then by all means go ahead and watch that. So some things, important things that you need to know about your world literature class right now. We are finishing up the Heroic Battles unit. It ends officially tomorrow. You could earn 3 grades for this unit. There are 2 quizzes, 1.05 quiz and 1.09 quiz. Know that quizzes are set for automatic retakes, so there's no reason for you to get a bad grade on a quiz. Retake, retake, retake. It's practice. The first quiz is over Beowulf. The second quiz was over Iliad. And so we are exploring epic heroes, what it means to be a hero. You're learning a little bit about oral tradition and how stories got started. The 3rd grade that you could earn for the Heroic Battles unit is the discussion. Participating in the discussion is worth 20 points. We're only requiring 1 post, and so you can respond to the original prompt, or you can read something a classmate has written and respond to them. To get the 20 points, I am looking for a thoughtful response, something more than just "I agree" or "so true." You've got to give me more. You can do one or 2 of those as long as somewhere you have some post that is a little bit more thought out and detailed. Additionally, to get the full 20 points, I am going to pay attention to your grammar, to your capitalization and punctuation. I don't expect it to be perfect, but you know how to use a capital letter and you know how to use a period, so I expect to see them in there, okay? That discussion will not close until probably next Friday, so it's going to stay open a week, maybe 2 weeks after the unit ends. Once I close the discussion, you cannot participate, and that is a lost point opportunity. There's no sense in you coming back in November and wanting to participate in a discussion when no one else is around discussing, okay? So I'm not going to grade that discussion, or Mrs. Outlaw will not grade that discussion until it has closed. So those of you who have participated and you're wondering why you're not getting a grade, that's why, okay? Discussions are great tools. I personally love to use them. I do check it almost every day. I post comments and I put in a new prompt yesterday to sort of further discussion, so check back often and participate. Study Island. If you haven't taken the pretest, please get on that right away. Each of our units in the LMS will have corresponding lessons in Study Island. You had 3 for the Heroic Battles unit, Impact and Tone, Cultural Literature, and Comparison and Contrast. You must get a 70% or better on all 3 of those lessons to get 30 points. I go in, you can submit your screenshot, you guys have been doing that, and that you can continue to do that, but I also go in and I look at your reports, and if you've only taken 1 right now, then I might just give, and you passed, you'll get 10 points, you'll see 10 in there, and you can still go take the other 2 and keep working, so I will keep checking back on that. Please know that you have to do at least 10 questions for it to count, okay? If you do 2 questions and you get them both right and it says 100%, you think you got 100%. You didn't really. You've only got a 20%, so you didn't pass. You've got to do 10 questions minimum for each session. So Study Island, keep up with that. I heard today that Mrs. Outlaw is returning next week on the 17th. I'm not sure if that's it or not, but either way, I have enjoyed being your teacher for the short amount of time, so I'm not sure who you're going to see next week, if it's me or her. If I'm here next week on Thursday, I will probably offer a live office help session where you can come in and ask any questions. In particular, you'll find with our next unit, which is Canterbury Tales, that you're going to have a project, and you may have some questions about that. So I also believe next week's live session with Mrs. McCardle will cover the project and give you some details, more details, and take a look at an example about that. So anyway, you can K-mail me anytime with your questions. You can also use the raise your hand section in the course and post questions there. Sometimes your classmates might know the answer and get to it faster than me. So that's it for this week in World Literature.